And we are back. Hello everyone, welcome back to 5 Minutes Code channel where I will be explaining the solution of every problem of lead code and geeks for geeks. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Today's problem is some string which is marked as a hard level problem. But believe me, the way I will explain it, it will become very simple to you. So I just want all your attention and you can leave the rest on me. Okay, alright. So let's see what we will be given into this problem and what we have to do. So we will be given one string s and its length can be anything from 1 to 100. Okay, and this string will only consist of characters from 0 to 9, meaning it will only contain the numbers. It will not contain any alphabet or any special characters. Okay, all right. And now what we have to do, we have to basically check if this string is a sum string or not. Now the question is, what is a sum string? So a sum string is a string that can be split into two or more non-empty substrings. Okay, all right, such that the rightmost substring is equal to the sum of two substrings immediately before it. Okay, and this condition must apply recursively to the substrings before it and moving on till the further. Okay, all right. So what does this mean? Let me quickly explain you. I don't, yeah, let me open the pointer marker. Yeah, so look, here is the number. So suppose I mark this like till this point my first string, till this point my second string. So like first and second string we are independent to make it of any length, and the third string should be basically the sum of the first two strings. So 12 and 24, its sum is what? 36. So the third string should be 36, then only we can move further, like we can move on. Okay, so third string we can get 36, we will move on. All right, now the last two strings are what? 24 and 36. So the next string should be the sum of 24 and 36, which is 60, which is correct. So this is our sum string. But look, there can be many possibilities. Like suppose I mark first string as only 1, I mark my second string as 224. So the next string should be 224 plus 1, which is 225, which is not there. So it means this pair we cannot take. So like we have to find any such pair such that their next substring, rightmost substring, is the sum of the two substrings immediately before it. And if we can find any of the such pairs, we will simply return true. But if there is no such pair which can be formed, we will return false. Okay, all right. I hope the problem statement will be a bit clear to you, and you can go through this once more by yourself as well. It is not that much hard. Okay, so yeah, now let's think of how we can understand the solution of it. So one thing which is coming in my mind is like there is no uh, algorithm, there is no like the rules to do it. Only rule is we have to try all the pairs, because there is nothing like greedy or dynamic programming which we can apply here. uh, we can sort it or anything. No, there is nothing we can do. Only thing is that we have to try all the pairs. And when we have to try all the pairs, what's the thing which we use? We use recursion. Okay, so it's a very good problem of recursion as well. So let me show you how we are going to do this. Let's go to the OneNote section here, and here I've written 1 to the number. So what I'm going to do, I will have to try all the pairs. Suppose the first pair is 1, like the first string is 1, the second string is 22. Okay, so this the next string should be 23, but no, it is 43. Okay, so we will return false. Like these pairs will not work, these pairs will not work. Okay, now again it can be like 1, and then it can be 224. So the next string should be 225, which is not there. It means this will also not work. Okay, and similarly I can have first string as 1, second string as 2, so the third string should be 3, which is not there. It means it will also not work. In this way we are going to find all the pairs. And once, like what we will do, like first string can be 12, second string can be 24, so the third string should be what? 36, which is there, which is correct. Okay, now I have found like three strings we have got. So now this string which was second will now become first, 36 which was the current sum, which will it will become the second. So now the next string should be the sum of these two, which is 60. And yes, after that there is nothing there, so we will simply return true. Okay, so this is our approach which we are going to do. Now how are we going to do this? Look, first thing is we will try to get all the pairs. Okay, so I will run a loop. I will run a loop which will be going from 1, okay, from the 0 index and from the 1 index, let's say, because substring is basically like if I will go from this 0, so the substring which will be considering 0 comma 0, which will, it will be empty, because if you know substrings works like the second, the end point is not included, end point is not included. Okay, I think this you will be knowing. So we will go from 1 index and suppose currently my starting point is 0. I will just do a quick dry run. Starting point is 0. Okay, length 1, like the first length, L1 will be what? um, L1 will be starting with 1 and L2 will be starting with 1 as well, length 2. Okay, so at any point if S is 0, L1 is 1 and L2 is 1, it means first string is this and second string is L1, like S plus L1 will be the starting point and S plus L1 plus L2, which is 2, it will be the ending point. So this is the second. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the expected sum. Okay, so what will be the expected sum? Expected sum should be 3. Okay, expected sum should be 3. Now what I will do, I will check key is the next string is 3 or not. How are we going to check it? How are we going to check it? Look, what I'm going to do, first of all, I will get the expected sum. Okay, and after that I will find the length of it. I will find the length of it. Its length is 1. Okay, so now I will try to find the next string using s dot substring. My starting point will be L2, L1 plus L2, something like this, and the ending point will be this one length. I will add one length when added, it will be this. So this will be the new substring 2. So is it correct? Is this 2 equal to the sum, which is 3? No, it is not equal. It means this is not correct, like substring division, and we will like return false. So when return false, this, like the second loop will go and then it will be 1 plus 22. Again the same thing, 1 plus 22, the sum is 23, and in this way we will be keep on doing. And let's suppose at any point when my s is 0, L1 is equal to 2. Okay, and L2 is equal to 2 as well. So if S is 0, L1 is 2, L2 is 2, so what will be our numbers? First number will be always starting S and L1. Okay, so S from 0 index till 2 index, which is 2 not included, it will be 12. It will be 12. Okay, the second number will be starting from S plus L1, which is second index, and ending at S plus L1 plus L2, which is fourth index. Okay, so the second number will be this. Fourth index is this 3, which is not included in substring, s dot substring function, if you know. So the next number will be 24. Okay, now what I'm going to do, first number plus second number, get the sum of it. Sum is 36. Sum is 36. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to find the length of the sum. Length of 36 is what? 2. Okay, so what I'm going to do, like till this I have covered, so I will add plus 2 in the S plus L1 plus L2 plus the new sum length 2 and get the string. So that string will be 36. I will compare this with 36. Yes, it's correct. Now I will recursively move on. So now my new number, my first number will become 24. How I'm going to do that? My starting will be equal to L1. My starting will be equal to L1. L1 will be equal to L2 and L2 will be equal to this new sum length. And again, the same process will go on. Okay, all right. So till this point, we are good. I think the problem approach will be a bit clear. When I'm going to write the code of it, it will become crystal clear to you. So one more thing which is there is basically how are we going to find the sum? Find the sum of these strings, because one thing is like 12 plus 24. I can simply convert these two strings into numbers and get the sum. But look here, the what is the maximum length? It can be 100. Okay, so 100 basically means, suppose this is our length, this is our string and there are 100. Okay, so like 50 times 1 and then again 50 times 1, So it will be out of bound. No string, no integer can be this long. 50 time 1 here, 50 time 1 here, which is like no number can be this much large. So we cannot convert it into number and get the sum. For that we have to actually try a different thing, and it's basically out of the scope. So there are few numbers where there are few problems on lead code and geeks for geeks, which is basically add two strings. So I will not write the code of it, but I will give you a quick walkthrough of it. And other than that, one more edge case which I am thinking of is basically, you saw that like till this point I have covered my expected sum was 36. So I just check if the next string is 36 or not. But look, there is one more good thing, which is basically, let's suppose my L1 is currently 3. Okay, my L1 is currently 3, my L2 is currently 3 as well. Okay, first number will be what? First number will be 122. Second number will be what? S plus L1 plus L2, which is 6 till 6, which is 436. Okay, now what I will do, I will simply get the sum of it. So the sum is 8, 3 to 5 and 415, 558. Okay, all right. And I will have to check like the next is 558, next string is 558 or not. But before that I will check, yeah, look, till this point I have covered, means till sixth index I have already covered. Okay, now again there are three more, like the three more should be there, three length should be there. So 6 plus 3, 9. So is the string length this much? No, string length is not this much. 6 plus 3, 9, but the string length is only 8. So this is not possible. Okay, so this is one edge case more which we can get, which we can use. And other than that, suppose I came to the last of the string, we will simply return true. Otherwise, we will, on all other cases, we will return false. I think the problem explanation will be a bit clear. And now I'm going to write the code of it. So let's move on to the code section. Okay, but before that, let's see one more very good case, which is, suppose my number is 501 and 6. 501 and 6. Okay, so the first string, let's say I consider 5. Second string I consider as 1. So the next string should be 06. Next string should be 06 and not 6. So this is false. This is false. Okay, all right. I think this is very, very important edge case which you should consider. And apart from that, if you want to get the algorithm, like how are we going to get the sum of two strings, so let's quickly move on to the code section where I'm going to explain that. So here I've written the code of add strings, which will basically get two strings as the input, and it will return me the sum string. Okay, return me the sum string. All right, how it's going to work, let's see. So basically, suppose if there are two strings, 23 and 35, let's suppose 135. Okay, so we are going to go from the last, like if the string is 23, its last index will be num1 dot length minus 1. This is going to be num2 dot length minus 1, which will be pointing to 5. Okay, all right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get these both two numbers. Let's suppose let's make it 8, 185. Okay, all right. So int v1 is equal to, yeah, if I is still greater than 0, so it will be num1 dot caret I minus 0, which will be equal to 3. Okay, and it's going to 5. So 5 plus 3, 8. Okay, so v1 sum is equal to v1 plus v2 plus carry is currently 0, so it will be 8. Okay, answer dot insert 8. Okay, all right. After that, again I will go on, like you can see I'm doing I minus minus and j minus minus. Okay, which is basically marking the next index. So now this is pointing to 2 and this is pointing to 8. Okay, again same thing, I is greater than equal to 0, because I is now what, 0, and j is now what, 1. Okay, j is 1. So v1 v2 is again 8 plus 2, carry is still 0, so the sum will be 8 plus 2 is 10. The sum will be 10. Okay, so when the sum will be 10, my carry will be sum divided by 10, which is 1. So carry is now become 1, and the current number which I will insert is sum modulus 10, sum modulus 10, which is 0. So 0 is added. Okay, and after that I'm doing I minus minus and j minus minus. So now I is equal to minus 1, which is not pointing to anything. J has now become equal to 0. J has now become equal to 0. I think you guys are with me and understanding what I want to say. So again, I is greater than equal to 0. No, this is false. But here you can see or condition. J is greater than equal to 0. Correct, because it is 0. So true, again I got V1 will be now equal to V1. For V1, this condition will be met and 0 will be there. Why? Because, oh, sorry. Why? Because let me quickly, because look, I is greater than equal to 0, but no, I is minus 1. So this will not be met, and now I will be 0. So V1 is 0, V2 is 1. Okay, sum will be what? V1, which is 0, V2, which is 1, and carry, which is 1, 2. So again, I will like carry and all those things are same. So the sum will be 208, which will be returned. Okay, in this way, we are going to find the add strings, like the code for it. All right, I hope it will be clear. Moving on, let's see the code of is some string, which is very, very good. First of all, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get all the pairs. Okay, so let's do n is equal to s dot length. After that, I'm going to simply run a loop int l1, or we can say length 1 is starting from 1, length 1 is less than n, length 1 plus plus. Okay, all right, length 2 again will start from 1. So length 2 is equal to 1, length 2 is less than n, length 2 plus plus. Okay, all right, look, as I told, my my length 1, first number will be what? From the starting till length 1. Okay, second number will be what? Starting from sum plus length 1 and ending at length 2. Okay, so this much. Now for that to work, what I am going to do, I have to, like, length 2 will be length 1 plus length 2. Why I am doing this? Because look, second number is always going to end at length 1 plus length 2, so it should be less than n. That's right. Okay, all right, now I'm going to call my function, which will be doing all the hard work. So its function name is, let's say, check sequence, and I'm going to pass few things. First one is my string s, second one is my starting point 0, third one is my length 1, fourth one is my length 2. Okay, and if this returns true, I will simply return true. But if it return false, I will not return false, because I will check other things like other pairs. There can be many pairs. Okay, but if all the pairs are not returning true, it means there is no such pair. After coming out here, I will simply return false. Okay, all right, so this is my is some string. Now all the hard work is to be done in check sequence, which I am going to code now. All right, so let's make it as private boolean and check sequence. Okay, and I'm getting few parameters. First one is string s, second one is my starting point str, let's say, third one is my length 1, and fourth one is length 2. Okay, let me close this, and after that I will come here. Okay, but before that, if you are wondering what is this brain sign, so if you are solving this problem with help, I have made a very cool Chrome extension. You can simply mark this problem to be revised later. You can add for review, and how many time, after how many days you want to review, you can configure it from here. It's set to 4 now. So let's try to add for review, and now you can see you have to again revise it on June 12th. Once you revise it, mark it as solved. Okay, so in this way, if you are like solving any problem with help, you can resolve it marking it here. So the link of this extension is in the pinned comment. Make sure to check it out. All right, now moving on, let's suppose my string s1. What is my string s1? Let's find out. String s1 is equal to what? S dot substring. As I told, it will start from my starting index, which is currently 0. Okay, so str and then my length 1. So str plus length 1. Okay, so it's something like str plus length 1. Okay, so it will be my string s1. And guys, please sit with pen and paper and try to understand this as well. And second string will be what? S dot substring of like str only. Oh no, yeah, str plus length 1, and after that end point will be str plus length 1 plus length 2. Okay, that's why I am doing this here. So if suppose, as I told, if you want to go here again, S1 is 0, L1 is 3, L2 is 3. First number is S, starting from S till S plus L1, starting plus L1. Okay. Second number will be starting from S plus L1 and will end at S plus L1 plus L2. I hope this is fine. Okay. All right. After this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the sum. So string sum is equal to what? The string sum is equal to, call this function add strings, and uh, pass both strings s1 and s2. Okay, all right. Now I'm going to check, yeah, if it is correct or not. So first thing is, what, if you remember how I'm going to get the sum, like check if the next substring is sum or not. Okay, so for that I will try to get the its length. Okay, so let's store the length as sum length, and it will be equal to sum dot length. Okay, all right. Now first of all I will check here if sum length is even possible in this current string s, because if you remember at the last point I told ki there can be possibilities that this sum length is not even present in the string. So how are we going to check? Very simple it is. I have traversed till str plus length 1 plus length 2. Okay, so let me write the condition here. If, look, str plus length 1 plus length 2, till this point I have traversed. Now the next number length is sum length. Okay, next number length is sum length, and if, yeah, it's greater than s dot length, if it is greater than s dot length, means this pair is not possible. I will simply return false. When I will return false here, it will be received here, and again the this for loop will go on, and after the, like, for this condition is false, then this for loop will go on. In this way we will go. But if this sum length is possible in s dot length, we will move on. So now I will check here if the next string is this sum string or not. How are we going to check it? Very simple. Look, if, if you remember, in Java we cannot compare the strings directly, because if we compare the strings directly, their address will be compared, not the value. Okay, so for that there is dot equals function. So if sum dot equals what, look, my new string will start from where? Look, this s2 string is ending at str plus length 1 plus length 2. So from here our new string will start. Okay, and oh sorry, dot equals what, s dot substring, and it's starting from this point and ending at what, this point, guys. This point our string is ending. I hope you guys are getting this. Okay, and if it is correct, like if it is equals, meaning I have got some new things and we will move on. But look, very important thing is there. How we will know we have reached the end? So if, look, I will copy this again and paste it here. If str plus length 1 plus length 2 plus some length is equal to s dot length, it means we have reached till the end and we have got it. Our is some string is true, I will simply return true. But if it is not, like we have not reached till the end, so we will like continue doing this. How we will continue doing this? If you remember in the dry run, as I told, I will call this function again, check sequence, but this time the values of this will be updated, not string s will be same, so it will be passed. Now starting point will be what? Starting point will be str plus length 1, str plus length 1. Okay, ending point, like the second string length 2. Look, this is done. Length 1, what will be my length 1? It will be length 2. Okay, length 2, and new updated length 2 will be what? Some length. Okay, something like this, and yeah, return. But if I came out here, suppose it is not equal, and that point I will simply return false. So I think that's it. It should work. Let's try to compile and run it. And guys, if you have got it, if you have understood it, please subscribe the channel and like the video. I've done a very silly mistake here. I have not declared it int. And if you are coding in C++, you can get this code on my GitHub. Both the link is will be there in the description. Okay, and let's try to submit this. And if you have liked it, please subscribe the channel, like the video, and I will be regularly uploading the problems. So yeah, that's it. I think it will get accepted, and yes, it's got accepted in the first attempt. That was it. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Please download this Chrome extension. It will really help you in revising. And I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Till then, keep on coding and bye.